The National Mall is deliberately designed to be America's most solemn piece of public space. For over 2 centuries, these grounds have been held in trust for monuments, museums, and quiet civic assembly. But for 3 hours on a Sunday afternoon, 150,000 spectators watched a brightly colored blur of exhaust fumes and engines that physically shook the pavement. This was the inaugural Freedom 250 Grand Prix. Drivers navigated an active street circuit around the monuments at speeds hitting 160 miles per hour. Indycar has spent years trying to reach casual fans by expanding its footprint through street racing, rather than asking audiences to travel to dedicated remote facilities. To solve its awareness problem, the league used an executive order to temporarily repurpose the physical and cultural geography of the nation's capital. The event originated in January 2026, when President Donald Trump signed an executive order to include a street race through the Capitol as part of the official celebrations for the 250th anniversary of American independence. This directive bypassed the standard federal review process overseen by the National Park Service, a regulatory system that typically governs every large-scale event on protected federal land. Historic preservation advocates and members of Congress argued that land held in public trust for museums and reflection should not function as a temporary racetrack. IndyCar executives did not invent the location, but they accepted the opportunity to put their cars on a national network television broadcast with the most recognizable backdrop in the country. The result was a top-down political spectacle that forced an untested, high-speed reality onto the streets of Washington, D.C. The 1.66-mile temporary circuit was a 7-turn loop laid over the city's symbolic heart. Drivers reached 160 miles per hour on the long straightaways of Pennsylvania and Independence Avenues. The course threaded past sensitive real estate, including the National Archives and National Gallery of Art. The track design itself faced heavy sporting critiques. Wide avenues around monuments invited more cautious driving than the tighter, more established street courses found in cities like St. Petersburg. Ultimately, the physical layout of the Freedom 250 prioritized a globally recognizable visual backdrop over traditional racing infrastructure. The race began at 1 p.m. under clear skies, with President Trump waving the green flag to start the 250-mile competition. Predictions of a perilous course materialized on lap 37 when David Malukas crashed into a wall, triggering a secondary collision with Stingray Robb. Beyond the mechanical damage, the race shifted the focus to the championship standings, where series points leader Alex Palou faced a difficult afternoon. Palou's race was a series of compounding errors, a penalty for hitting a tire, a slow, loose wheel pit stop, and a final crash caused by a broken toe link on lap 123. The chaotic, untested National Mall circuit successfully disrupted the expected hierarchy of the IndyCar Championship. Out of that chaos emerged Kyle Kirkwood. The 27-year-old Floridian demonstrated a clear command of the challenging circuit from the start. Kirkwood's performance was statistically dominant. He held the lead for 128 of the 147 total laps. This result tightened the season rankings. Kirkwood entered the weekend trailing Palau by 133 points, but he left D.C. with that gap reduced to 91 with only 3 races remaining. Kirkwood's win fulfilled the event's primary objective. An American driver dominated a race broadcast on network television as part of a national anniversary. The future of the event is tied to political shifts. A second running would require a new executive authorization, which is not guaranteed across different administrations. Whether the Freedom 250 becomes a fixture or a single footnote, the historical record shows that for one Saturday, the heart of the Capitol was briefly the fastest street on Earth.